Hello everyone, I'm Greg Weaver. Welcome to the Audio Analyst. Pardon me. As mentioned at the end of last week's episode, I set out for the Great White North of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, early on Tuesday, March 15th, and spent the next 4 days enjoying the company and hospitality of Louis Desjardins, the CEO, designer, and innovator behind the exceptional, game-changing KRONOS product lineup. Up now, the chat that I had with Louis, recorded in his factory in Montreal. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Audio Analyst. It's me, Greg Weaver, along with one of my buddies in audio. This is Louis Desjardins, and we are coming to you from Quebec, Canada today. We're in Montreal. We're at the KRONOS factory, which this has been a great experience so far, guys. We're here to talk about the launch of Louis' two latest tone arms, the Kronoscope and the Discovery RS for resonance suppression. The arms are right here. We'll take close-ups later, but I want you to know they're here. Louis was kind enough to give me, what, about a 25-minute demo last night?
Yeah, maybe 40 minutes.
Yeah, I guess maybe. And I have to apologize to his wife because I left a brown stain on the couch. Guys, look, you know how I feel about the KRONOS products, okay? If you've been watching my channel or reading my reviews over the years, you know where I think about this stuff. Louis took some time off. When we got this whole COVID thing, Louis couldn't travel as much as normal, and I think that probably facilitated the creation of this arm by probably, what, 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, probably.
I'll bet. I mean, I know you're a busy guy. So, but guys, what I heard last night, just in that first brief listen, and I'm going to have a lot more. Louis sending me one of the Kronoscope RSs to put on my table. We'll go through that in a future episode. What I heard last night in terms of definition and detail, and I don't mean etch. I don't mean in your face. I mean a sense of reality. There was as much as Discovery blew me away, this on the Discovery at Louis' house last night was another level up. I could not get over this thing, man. The cuts he played a bunch of stuff I hadn't heard, and the first thing I said to him is, it doesn't sound like a recording. It sounds like live music. I mean, it's staggeringly good, okay? And you'll get to hear more about this. We're going to let Louis talk about it. But I got to tell you, I don't want to say it was just more resolute, because that could indicate an antiseptic or a drier or a more analytical approach. This was more resolute in the sense of sitting in a club listening to an upright bass, or the Miles Davis you played. That trumpet, the blat on that trumpet was freaking unbelievable. Louis, I still, if you guys remember when I did the KRONOS Discovery with Bill Parrish at GTT, I was pretty pressed for words. I really didn't know what to say, and I'm kind of dealing with that right now. I'm not sure I have the argot to really tell you how good this thing is yet, but it's that kind of experience. It's another experience where I was like, are you kidding me? This guy, I don't care what to say about him at home. He's a genius, buddy. You've been...
Thank you, but we just work really hard at it.
Well, so 2010, when you were building the original Pro, I was fortunate enough, you let me have the Sparta in 2015 to review. Changed my world. And I bought it. I kept it. And then recently, with the introduction of the Discovery, I was kind of blown away with it, but I can't afford it yet. So I moved up to the Pro, and I have a Black Beauty arm. I'm dying to get this on my system and tell people specifically how it betters what I've already got, because what I've got, as everybody knows from the videos, is fabulous. But can you take us through the development, what you were thinking, or how you got to where this is? I mean, the whole resonance suppression system, when you told me on the phone and showed me some of the drawings last April, or it was early spring last year, it was pretty impressive. It's more impressive when you see the product, and we'll have some inserts during this video, but talk us through it, buddy. How did it come about?
Well, we had the Black Beauty and the Elena for a long time, and
it was going on 10 years or so, wasn't it?
Yeah, 10 years or 8 years, and it was a good system.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff that I learned making Discovery.
Yeah.
Basically, the interrupt in the wave transmission, in the chain of the wave transmission, using multiple parts with kind of like gaps to help suppress or isolate the turntable, and a lot have been said about Discovery, how it's a big step forward.
Yeah.
And I developed the original Kronoscope, the counterweights and the base, to go on the Discovery, but there was still something I thought could be improved in the wand itself.
You're such a perfectionist, dude. It's insane.
Well, and so I took what we learned from Discovery and brought it to the wand, and it's a whole new chapter being written.
It is, buddy. I mean, this isn't just better. It's hugely better. I've heard a lot of tone arms over the years, and I'm still not sure how to describe this yet. But the easiest thing, as I mentioned before, there's a huge step closer toward reality with this. And I don't mean it's brighter, it's sharper, it's edgier. I mean it's more real. There's more authentic sound to it. Whether it's not just clarity, it's not just focus, it's not just detail, it's timbre. And I suspect it's because we're not hearing the resonances that most tone arms have.
Absolutely.
Can you go into that isolation system a little?
Okay, so the resonance suppressor is something that we've applied a patent for.
Ah, good.
We presented a 25-page document.
You showed it to me over there a
patent
little bit ago.
office.
Yeah.
So it's new technology.
Yeah.
It's not a gimmick. There's a technology in it, and basically what it is to find a way to have a totally rigid arm, totally rigid and lightweight, but at the same time not solid.
Right.
Meaning that waves are interrupted from traveling back and forth.
Hence the term suppression, right?
It ends the term suppression, and it's basically a little bit like the same kind of idea as when they make a gun suppressor. How to they reduce the sound wave.
Sure.
And it's the same kind of idea that we've used in Discovery. You know, basically to reduce the way that waves can dissipate when they go from one piece to the other. So there's multiple parts within the tone arm where this can happen and the wave doesn't go back and forth.
Right.
I mean, even dropping the needle on the record, you hear a lessening of noise.
Yeah.
Instantly.
Yeah.
And because it doesn't build up, it doesn't sustain, it doesn't, increase as you're playing, and it's that complete lack of noise that lets the music come out, that brings out the dynamics and everything, and the fact that it doesn't resonate or resonates very, very, very less than other tone arms allows the true nature of the sound to come out.
It does.
True timbers.
Yeah. Now, would it be completely incorrect to make an analog to something like a constrained layer approach? Is that is it similar to that? I mean, it is that kind of an approach.
Yeah, it is a constrained layer approach, but more
It's
than
way
that,
on. It's way beyond that.
It's beyond that in the sense that it's also choice of materials, and it's assembly using what we call soft clamping.
Yeah, you showed me some of that. It's super secret stuff. We're not going to talk about it. But I got to tell you, everybody that was here was like, "Are you shitting me? This is really, really well designed, Louis." And I'm not just being facetious because I'm at your factory. What you've done as far as an analog designer, you certainly are, in my estimation, among the finest, if not the finest, analog designers in this century. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
I told when I did the Absolute Sound review of the Kronos Sparta, I said that I felt the contra-rotation technology was the most significant advance in turntable technology in at least 20 years. Now, your resonance suppression stuff, the way you're doing this interruption and isolation with the Discovery first that led to you not being happy with the original Kronoscope arm and coming to these guys, dude, it's just brilliant that you're this dedicated. I know you're kind of a one-track guy and you really focus on stuff, and we're grateful to have you doing that. But how soon are these going to ship? Now, we've got the full Discovery RS, and then we have a less priced version, the the
Kronoscope
Kronoscope RS, and I believe you're talking about 24,000 and 14,000.
That's right.
Okay. And how soon can we ship?
We're going to be shipping in about 3 weeks' time.
Okay.
So this product is complete.
About 2 weeks from when you see this.
Yeah, this product is complete. So we're taking orders. We already have over 20 sold, by the way. So
You better not sell mine. You said you were sending me one.
well, you're having yours next week.
Oh, wow.
We're even shipping it this week.
Oh,
that
shit.
you
Oh,
have it
great.
when you get home.
Guys, you can't wait.
Yeah, it's a whole new dimension and sound.
It's
very, very exciting.
Well, beyond. I mean, guys, it's not just a name or a gimmick. I've been doing this since the late '60s. I've been doing this for about 50 years. This is the most unique approach to a tone arm I've ever seen. I mean, there are lots of tried and true technologies that you're using in terms of some of the materials like carbon fiber and things, but what you're doing to isolate resonance so that the entire arm, there's no transmission through the entire arm. It's really brilliant, guys. Look, more to come. Louis, thank you so much for having me up here, buddy.
Thank you, Greg.
I've been
A
wanting to come up
pleasure.
here since 2015.
A pleasure.
Thanks for taking the time.
And you'll have your arm home soon to review and compare to what you had before.
You heard him, guys. You're going to get to hear it closer yourself, okay? Louis, thanks so much, buddy.
Great, thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Thanks.
Louis is such a gracious host and such a modest designer. You know, it's no secret that over 7 years ago now, while reviewing the KRONOS Sparta turntable and Helena tone arm combination for the absolute sound, I made the observation and statement that I believed his groundbreaking contra-rotational suspended platter design represented the single most significant development in turntable design to be introduced in decades. Now, as much as I still hold that to be true, I must now amend that statement to include the overtly similarly groundbreaking work he has done, developing first the Discovery turntable last fall, and now the Discovery and Kronoscope resonance suppression tonearms. You know, early last December, I got the first of a series of calls from Louis. Unable to conceal the genuine excitement and inspiration in his voice, he started describing this remarkable new approach to resonance control, the implementation of a series of technologies to de-excite, to cancel and minimize the unwanted mechanical and acoustical contributions amplified by the average tone arm that he was prototyping. Honestly, his explanations and shared technical drawings, outlining his multifaceted systemic approach and methods, were completely inspired. And I got to be honest, they were unlike anything I've seen or heard about from any other tone arm manufacturer. Using a profusion of both proven strategies and implementing fresh, innovative approaches and stratagems, applied globally to this new arm wand, its cartridge system, and unique new pivot assembly as resonance interruption and constrained layering approaches, including the use of a myriad of disparate materials: Delrin, carbon fiber, stainless steel, ceramic, Teflon, copper, aluminum, cast iron, many other things. The results I heard from this patent-pending resonance control technology is overwhelmingly successful. The resulting performance is as far advanced over the original Kronoscope arm introduced last fall as the Discovery turntable was over the Pro Limited Edition. It is simply exceptional. Now, Louis' reference system includes his $100,000 Discovery table, the new $24,000 Discovery RS tone arm, fitted with the new $12,500 Zix Ultimate Astro moving coil cartridge, all feeding his $45,000 tubed KRONOS phono stage with its two separate mono power supplies. His line stage is the 41,000 euro True Life Audio tube line stage from Greece, the SSP1, with its integral PSU1 external power supply, connected to a 65,000 euro pair of True Life Audio SSA 300 hybrid mono amplifiers, driving the $37,900 a pair Wilson Audio Sasha DAW loudspeakers using a full loom of Kubala Sosna realization cables. Now, the combined unique quick cable coupling system and unipivot ball and cup system used on the Discovery RS, and in fact on all KRONOS Tonearms, allowed Louis to change arms almost immediately, allowing for me to experience the spectrum of the KRONOS arms. Now, with the same cart mounted on each arm and all three arms previously set up, Louis could rapidly, within just minutes, swap arms from the original $24,000 Kronoscope introduced last fall to the new flagship $24,000 Discovery RS, then to the replacement for the original Kronoscope, the new $14,000 Kronoscope RS. Now, we started with the new flagship Discovery RS tonearm. I was immediately transfixed. First, the degree of silence presented at needle drop was simply unexpected and unbelievable. Groove rush was so diminished that I just stared over at Louis, waiting for the first hint of pre-echo to introduce the beginning of the LP. It had been clearly relegated by an even greater magnitude than with the original Kronoscope arm, and that experience had just about floored me back then. Next, as the music swelled into existence, the level of clarity presented, the apparent resolution, detail, and transparency to the recording, combined with the unbelievable sense of there-ness it rendered, such magnificent bloom, body, texture, and the most unnerving sense of space and presence, had my jaw slackened even further. The first thing I said to Louis was that what I was hearing did not sound like a recording. It sounded as though I had been transported to the original venue. In general, textures, tonal vibrance, and dimensionality were so far beyond the believability and fidelity I've yet experienced, or even thought possible, from any other music transcription system, even after having had the rug pulled out from under me with the original Kronoscope arm last fall, that I simply could not believe how much further this arm recovered music than the original Kronoscope. The manifest reality with which Miles Davis trumpet from Miles 1958 or Sonny Rollins sax from The Bridge were so faithfully rendered was physically unnerving. I've never before heard these horns so exceptionally, so authentically recreated. With my 12-inch 45 RPM single of the Giorgio Moroder-David Bowie collaboration, Cat People Putting Out Fire, from its very opening, it was clear that we were hearing not only better extension and pitch definition, but a more broadband coherence, vividly enhanced by an elevated clarity and a newly found and astonishing sense of drive and bloom. And when David's voice first hits, oh my God, the focus, definition, and authenticity of his voice was more lifelike and live-sounding than I have yet heard from this record. Now, immediately moving to the Kronoscope RS, while the timbre, textural, and spatial DNA was undeniably similar overall, with such revelation and insight into the performance, it sacrificed just a bit of the control the Discovery RS brings to bass extension, pitch definition, and particularly impactor punch. It is also slightly less defined or revealing, which marginally diminishes the overall sense of bloom, body, and dimensionality that Discovery RS affords. While it is really an emotional and exceptional experience on its own, it is slightly yet perceptibly a step back from the Discovery RS. So when Louis put the original Kronoscope back into play, the arm that had spoken so clearly to me back in August, when compared to the Kronoscope RS, or especially the Discovery RS, it sounded almost conspicuously broken. Louis laughed at my expression as it started tracing the same track, and he reassured me that this arm was now discontinued. You can't even get this arm anymore. Now, I'm not going to go further into this analysis today. As soon as my Discovery RS lands and is installed, and I've had a chance to get a more articulate handle on its enhanced expressiveness, transparency, and presence, you can count on another report. Watch for that expanded, upcoming evaluation. And to that end, these arms are perfect upgrades for existing KRONOS owners, and I've been told they are planning to offer them with a universal SME mount, so just about anyone will be able to move up to one of these remarkable resonance suppression arms. In closing, let me simply say that what Louis has done to advance the art and performance of LP transcription makes him clearly one of, if not, the most innovative and successful analog designers of this century, if not of all time. Suffice it to say that in my decades of experience, and to my ears, this Discovery RS Tonearm represents as significant a leap forward in LP transcription as the Discovery turntable itself. You simply must experience this remarkable system for yourself to fully understand the degree to which the Discovery system has elevated LP playback. My descriptions are woefully inadequate. One side note about the trip: Louis is a Mercedes-Benz man like me. On St. Patrick's Day, the weather had gotten so nice that he decided to park his E350 coupe and get his CLS 63 AMG out of storage. This bold-looking sedan has a 5.5-liter twin-turbo V8 that has 550 horsepower and 531 pound-feet of torque. Guys, we never even turned on the Harman Kardon stereo. The roar of that motor was all the music we needed. Thanks again, Louis. I really enjoyed that. Guys, thanks for dropping by today. Don't forget to like and share links to your favorite episodes with your friends or on social media, or to post your comments and questions. And be sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss any new episodes. Information on supporting the channel may be found in today's description section or at my website, theaudioanalyst.com. Please stay safe and keep the music playing. Till next time, cheers.